All right, viewers, welcome to another episode from Anything About Everything. And I have once again Ranjan with me. Last time we spoke about a lot of spirituality. We touched a little bit about Hinduism, or to be more precise, Sanatana Dharma, where
Good.
you educated me.
Yeah.
And then I did mention that I want to go deeper into that,
Mm-hmm.
especially with what's happening right now in Kashmir. It's very very sad
Yeah.
what's happening to us
Yeah.
in terms of like terrorism attacks and stuff. So this episode is gonna be more history involved in it, and the history of Hinduism and what's happening with Hindu people right now. Again, we are not taking sides. We are not saying one religion is better than the other.
Mm-hmm.
We're just trying to put forth what we saw. And Ranjan was in India for 3 months. He
In
traveled
Kashmir.
in Kashmir,
Yeah.
and then he traveled in and around. And I'm just gonna ask him more about his experiences and what I know about a little bit of history that I know about Hinduism. So let's get straight to it. Ranjan, how was your trip to India?
It was fantastic and horrifying at the same time.
Why is it horrifying?
You get to go to all these ancient temples, all these ancient sacred places, and everything is destroyed and ruined. And you feel like a part of your own lineage is under so much scrutiny, and no one cares about it, right? And for all practical purposes, you feel like, have I been consciously living? Have I even known about my own history? Do we, do we know our origins at a true level? Do we know about our origins at a conscious level? Are we truly aware of who we truly are, right? And then a part of you cannot help but weep over these facts, because you see the extremism is not something that has only happened in like 19th and 20th century. It's been happening throughout history,
Hmm.
right? And then it's always like, I again, we are not going to take any sides, and it's always like, um, everyone keeps, especially after the attacks, there's like one particular group that comes out and says, oh no, terrorism doesn't have a religion. Okay. But then when is the last time you heard about a Buddhist terrorist or a Jain terrorist? I did not hear about them. Okay. Maybe terrorism doesn't have a religion, but religion definitely, provokes terrorism. And I think I don't need to explicitly state what religion it is. It is out in the news. Okay. And then it always goes like, when we attack, it's okay. But when we are being attacked, we'll play the victims.
Hmm.
How is that true? How is that valid? The narrative is like, it's so two-sided. Like you won't be able to figure out which part it is. Right. And that's how they start blurring the lines of history with their victim card and with oppressing people.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So this also reminds me of a little bit of Palestine and Israel, but we'll get there a little later.
Mhm.
So let's address the issue that you said about what we know about our lineage.
Mhm.
Can you educate me what Sanatana Dharma or what Hinduism is? How did everything start? And we can talk about how Hinduism was tried to be destroyed or how Hinduism was oppressed. We can talk more about that. So let's start with
Yeah.
this.
So, from my understanding, right, we are a monotheistic religion.
What is monotheistic?
Monotheistic means ultimately we have one superpower
Okay.
or one supreme god, right?
Okay.
Let's not even call it superpower, because nowadays superpower is also countries and everything, right? The US is superpower and everything. So, one supreme personality of Godhead.
Okay.
Let's use that word
Mhm.
instead, right? And he takes different forms to reach people at their level, or
Okay.
to reach all the living creatures at their level. Okay.
Hmm.
If let's just say, if you were to pet a crocodile, let's just say it, okay, you take a different stand on it, right? But if you were to pet a dog, you take a different stand on,
Right.
right? So your stand is going to change based on, your observation and everything and on the
Correct.
situation, right? But ultimately the you is still not shifting,
Correct.
right? We should think about the supreme personality of Godhead in the same lens, right? And my understanding, again, the I told you about this. What I practice is Kashmir Shaivism, right?
Okay.
Honestly, you cannot attribute it just to Kashmir or anything. Okay, it is called Trika. Okay,
Okay.
Trika is something about Shiva, Shakti, and Nara.
Okay.
Okay,